Hi, people of God. If you can see me, God bless you. Let's talk about why excellency breeds enmity. We'll look at it psychologically and spiritually using biblical insights. Let's look into it. So why do individuals with big auras, undeniable star power, get crucified in basic or average environments? I hear you ask. Psychologically, the true individuals with star power possess charisma, individuation, a strong, authentic self-concept, and in an average environment, it can absolutely trigger the existing social dynamics. So number one, you're a threat. When your energy, talent, spiritual calling, presence has this force, this gravitational pull that demands growth. And for some, that demands a level of respect or honor. It naturally disrupts the status quo of many spaces you go into. So people who have already compromised their own dreams, their own personality, they water themselves down, they have corrupted their essence, their spirit, they've done all sorts of things to belong, to fit in. They've abandoned themselves, essentially. You deeply unsettle them because you refuse to minimize yourself. So your presence becomes an unintentional mirror, reflecting their own unfulfilled potential. It's the tall poppy syndrome. So this is a cultural and psychological phenomenon where individuals with genuine merit, genuine star power, genuine authentic presence, genuine excellence are resented, attacked, or cut down because their presence, achievements, their essence makes others feel small. It makes people feel inferior. Even if they have more than you materially, there's just something about you that when you show up. 3, it's systemic equilibrium. Yes. So groups naturally seek balance and predictability. A person with a massive aura, a powerful presence or personality, you act as a disruptor to the balance of their average or basic way of being. So the group will seek to oppress you, suppress you, gaslight, or exclude you. So they force you into exile to force the environment back to their steady balance of comfort, complacency, mediocrity, a low frequency baseline. Spiritually, the Bible is a master class of 2 big personalities, 2 big auras, being rejected by the 2 small rooms and 2 small people. The Bible shows in many places where your spiritual light shines so brightly, it provokes reactions from darkness or stagnation. This is when they'll do everything to not support you, to not see you, post the content, they'll pretend. This is how people tiptoe to watch my content. Careful not to like it. Careful not to support, lest they be bigger than they already are. You're not God. Coming in strong, Joseph, the coat of many colors, the threat of favor. Joseph was gifted. He had a huge destiny. He did nothing wrong, but his star power and divine favor infuriated his brothers. They didn't just hate the coat, they hated the capacity of the person wearing it. They threw him into the pit because the family structure was too small for that kind of greatness. The global leader he was becoming. Truth is, small-minded environments cannot handle your vision, your destiny, your light, your glory. What about David and Eliab? This is the anger of the stagnant. So in 1 Samuel 17:28, Eliab is David's elder brother, David's eldest brother, actually. And he spoke to the men, and Eliab's anger was kindled when he saw David. And he said, "Why comest thou here? With whom hast thou left those sheep in the wilderness? I know thy pride and thy haughtiness of thy heart. For thou art come down, that thou might see the battle." And David responded and said, "What have I done? Isn't there not a cause? There's a battle. I'm here to fight. So Eliab, a seasoned soldier, was threatened by David's presence. He stood in terror, whilst David, a shepherd boy, operated in pure, absolute spiritual authority. So the truth is, those who are frozen by fear, who have been crippled by fear, will often label your faith, your courage, your spiritual authority, your obedience, confidence as arrogance or pride or spiritual psychosis. David's war was too large for the fearful Israel army, and that forced him to step into battle alone. What about David and Saul? I could go on with just David alone. What about Jesus Christ, the ultimate example? It says in John 11:45, then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Jesus did believed on him. 46, but some of them went their way to the Pharisees and told them what things Jesus had done. 47, then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man does many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take our place and nation. Jesus is the ultimate archetype for this dynamic. He had a visible star when he was born in the sky. When he walked into places, demons were provoked. He unsettled the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He operated in flawless, undeniable authority. The Pharisees and Sadducees did not just crucify Jesus because he was a sinner. No, he was without sin. He crucified him because he threatened their position. He exposed their control and spiritual bankruptcy. And you can see they created a council to unalive him. So if they persecuted the ultimate light because their religious systems couldn't contain his light, so what do you think they will do to you that carry the same light he gave you, he put in you? What do you think they will do to you who carry his spirit? So if you're experiencing this isolation or this rejection or this resistance, we need to shift your perspective from rejection to redirection. So that exile, that exclusion that you faced all your life in every single setting you've ever been in, family, friendship, all kinds of settings, workplace, is preservation. Joseph had to be removed from his family to save Egypt. Sometimes God will allow you to be removed, to be rejected, exiled, excluded, because staying there would require you to mutilate your own potential, your own light, just to fit in. Your anointing naturally attracts friction. There's nothing you can do about that. Learn to embrace it. A large spiritual footprint or high psychological drive naturally creates friction against low resistance environment and entities.